Okay, PARCA Clinical Section 5.2 covers Modality Work List, Department Scheduler, MPPS, Performing Study QC, Storage Commitment, Heading Procedure Steps, and the Change Order Process. After the initial patient registration and scheduling the requested procedure, the next step deals with the Modality Work List. For the Modality Work List, the technologist queries the Department Scheduler. The Department Scheduler refers to the IHE Active Department System Scheduler / order filler, a department-based information system for instance radiology or laboratory that provides functions related to the management of orders received from external systems or through the department system's user interface. Every modality has a modality work list on it. If you're at the CT scanner, it has a list of patient names to be done at that CT scanner, and it comes from the RIS or the PACS. That's what really happens. That's just the IHE way of describing that functionality. DICOM, Modality Performed Procedure Step, closes the loop between the RIS PACS and the modality. The modality provides information about the actual performed study, the number of images that were scanned, and the status of the exam. This information is communicated between a digital modality and the PACS and RIS. MPPS allows the modality to communicate the status of the study. Information system that supports the service could identify an exam as being completed. So the modality can tell the RIS, hey, we finished that study, we did a CT with contrast, and we used 253 images. It's just a way for the DICOM tags to communicate what was actually done to the RIS and PACS. MPPS allows the device to communicate what exam was performed, to allow changes in the procedure to be communicated versus what was scheduled, which could trigger a RIS to issue a change order. In addition, it tells when a procedure has been started, indicating this on the scheduling list, and provides information about the number of images generated. MPPS also provides for radiation dose management because it can optionally communicate the amount of dose that was administered to the patient. So that's an important point. If you want to track radiation dose to patients, you can use radiation dose management software, and MPPS can calculate and communicate the amount of radiation that was used for a particular procedure on a patient. The modality communicates the MPPS information to the MPPS manager, which makes sure that both the RIS and PACS get the information from MPPS. The last step in the completion of the performed procedure process is performing study QC. The performed procedure step completed is an important state. This will allow the PACS workflow manager to know to make the images available for the radiologist at his workstation to be ready for interpretation. In other words, after you QC your study, either you or the modality through MPPS mark that study as completed, which means it's ready to be read. So then it can move on to the reading list. Storage commitment. Once the study is completed, the images are safeguarded at the archive in a manner that is safe so that they can be deleted from the local acquisition modality. The radiologist at a workstation retrieves images for interpretation. Basically, PACS says, hey, I've got that CT you sent me, I'm now storing it. You don't need to hold it on the CT scanner anymore, and you can delete it from the acquisition modality. Adding procedure steps. A procedure step could be added to a particular study at the time of performing the study. For example, a CT is scheduled without contrast, and based on clinical observations, a decision is made to add a contrast step. So, just like the sample they give, you've originally scheduled the patient to be without contrast. After you take a little more history from the patient, you decide, oh, we need to do contrast. Well, that's a step you have to inject the patient. So that added procedure step would happen at this point in the process. And finally, the change order process. There are two workflows possible for changes depending on the capabilities of the modality and the RIS. In the first case, a technologist enters the change order information directly into the RIS. So you just go to the computer, you log into RIS, you change the order from CT with no contrast to CT with contrast. In the second case, the modality, again using MPPS, will communicate the change order directly with the RIS to use to perform procedure step transaction. And that is all about the change order process. Thank you for watching.